Hey y'all, it's Tanya. This is going to be a short video. I was just wanting to do a walkthrough of the library journal, or flip through. Um, I went ahead and just finished it because there wasn't really a whole lot left to do. I just, embellished some of the, pockets and stuff like that in there, and I'll point that out as we go through it. But I decided not to put any lace on here. I do have some black lace, but I didn't like the way it looked. And like I said, I was trying not to make this too frilly. Um, I did put on the front, or on the top cover, I just did a little label that says library on it. And that's all, pretty much all I'm going to do to that because it's so busy anyway. It's got a lot of stuff going on. And then I used some some of my crinkled ribbon, whatever you call it, and or curly ribbon, crinkled ribbon, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, I got it from my scrap cabin shop on Etsy, and so that's where that came from. Just put some eyelets in it. So then on the front page, on the front cover here, inside cover, y'all seen this. I had already decorated this, I think, last time we were together. And then I've got that big journaling card in there. And then I did go back, and I was kind of unhappy with how far these were sticking out. I didn't like it. So I went through and just kind of chopped them off, and I glued them together. So I like that a lot better. Okay, and then there's our fabric flip, and it just says private notes on there. There's our music paper that I always put in here. Postcard. That one was already finished when we put it in there. And then I had thought about putting some charms on here. I don't know. I may still go back and do that. I don't know, because I didn't put any charms on this either. I just don't really have any charms that kind of went with this theme. So yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. And then there's the tag there. Our map paper. And then our card there. I did put lines and stuff on some of the backs of the journaling cards and stuff and tags, but I didn't do it on all of them. And then there's that that little journaling card. That little journaling card. Then we have our paper bag that I matted, and I just put this little book and dragonfly and a number there to embellish that. And that just says G date. Okay, and then I have the big journaling card here, and a small, smaller tag that, well, it's a big tag, but smaller than the journaling card there. And that just says journal. This one says autobiography. I think y'all seen all these. I've done most of that. The only thing really that y'all haven't seen, I did like a cluster here on the pocket. And then, we did our little journaling cards in each one of these little pockets. And then our big, and on this one I just put I did some stamping on there. It just says reading list, and then some graph stamp. Okay. And then on this pocket, I just added a little flower there because it's got plenty on it. It didn't really even need a whole lot. And I did go back, and both of these tags, this one and this one, had, you know, had book paper on the back. So I went and added a place to, some paper on there so you can journal on it. Oops. So, and then I just added a little thing here, a little owl, and that says borrowed, little tag, and then there's that tag. And I didn't put any tabs or anything on these tags because they've got lace on them, and yeah, I didn't think they needed anything, so I just left them like that. And then we have our hidden paper clip here, and there's our another journaling card there. I did add a few little lines there. It's kind of a distressed lines. And then here's our little envelope. Now I did, yeah, I did a little boo-boo on this. So I added some washi tape here because this book paper was so fragile. I should not have used it for an envelope. Either that or I should have lined it with something. I don't know. I did double it, but it still was very, very fragile. So I put washi tape on there, and then I just added a little, like our little boo-boo tape, and, you know, some washi stickers there, you know. And then on the back, I did add a piece of paper here too, so you can journal on the back of that if you want to. And then of course this just has some coffee dyed paper in there that you can journal on. So that's all I did there. Okay, and then let's see. And then there's our little, I didn't do anything to these because we already had put our volume 1, 2, and 3 stickers on there, so I didn't do anything to those. I thought they were good like they were. I did put this here. It says Once Upon a Time. This is a library scene, so I wanted to put something, you know. So I did Once Upon a Time. And then on this one, it just has the big journaling card in the back, or tag, I mean. And then, of course, these I left alone because of the lines and stuff. I did add some more lines on the backs. And then I just put a little label there. It says catalog entry on that. And then on these, I didn't put much either. All I did was put some labels that looks like the label tape. This one says books. That one says library. And that one says stories. And then all of them have the little journaling cards in each one. So we did that. And then these were pretty much decorated. I left them alone as these. And then of course y'all know about the waterfall we did here, where you've got plenty of writing space in here. And it's just tons of writing space. So, got that. And then, our journaling cards there. And then on this, I just put a little cluster there too. I just put couple little things and put a label and a butterfly. And then on this, I added a little, you know, a little label here. So that, because I was having a hard time flipping it up. I mean, if you turn the page like this, it'll come open by itself, but it was aggravating me. So I did that as a little way to, and then, of course, we got the little cluster there, and I just put from the archive. And then you've got a couple journaling cards there. This is the one I used the real labeling tape on there, and I went and took some, a little bit of sandpaper and just sanded it down just a little bit, just enough to where you didn't rub off the letters, but it just kind of roughed it up a little bit so it didn't look so shiny. It's still shiny, but not as bad. Okay, and on this one, I put a little chair here. It's got books stacked up. It's just a little scene. And then this says The Magic of Books. And then there's our journaling card there. It says fiction. And I did stamp lines on this, y'all. And if you write in black ink, it will show up perfectly fine. So, I knew it was kind of dark, but it did. And I just left this alone. I didn't try to decorate that because the paper was so pretty. Okay, and then I did a little cluster here, and it says archive number 7. And then there's our, I don't know if I did this with y'all or not, but I decided to put a tab on there so that it's easier to kind of grab. And then there's one in the back. Okay. And then on this page, I just did like another little cluster. This was all white, so I wanted to kind of do something there. And it's just a little typewriter, and it says reading list. And then there's our, these already had lines and stuff on it. It's like a regular library pocket. So, and then our tag in the back. Okay, and then this was, I put a little cluster there. It says written history. And then that was our tag and journaling card in that one. And this is hidden entry, and this was our little, our hidden door. And then it says the end, and I put a flower there. And then I decorated this with a white rose. It just says study room, and then a butterfly there. And there's the journaling card there. It says love letter on that label. So, and that's it. So I think it turned out really good. I like it. You know, I'm kind of a book person myself, so I enjoyed this one. But anyway, so I hope y'all enjoyed taking this little trip along with me, working on this this journal. You know, I'm kind of proud of this one too. I like it. So, but anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments, and I'd really appreciate some feedback. And if there's something that you want to see me do, or would like to see me try to do, you know, give me some comments. But and if you haven't liked or subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. I'm still kind of new to this, so I'm trying. I'm doing my best, y'all. So anyway, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.